I think like if we were to like critique, like take a little bit of a zoom out and critique our current economic system, because I think it's pretty clear we have an economic system that is objectively failing at some of its most important jobs. So I think providing for healthcare for people is a clear like requirement of a healthy, functional economic system. And at least in the United States, it's really not doing that very well. Maintaining the world ecology and climate in like a sustainable realm for human survival and the broader like well-being of like living life on the planet clearly is an economic goal, and it's one that we are really failing at. And I think the root issue here is that we have an economic system that is built around valuing things transactionally. So the value of something is how much people are willing to pay for it, right? And like if you look at like the core metrics we use as a society, like GDP is basically the sum of all the transactions in the economy. And so that means if I can go and say, hey, give me $50,000 and I'll like help you with this tumor you've developed, that's like very good for GDP. If I go and give you a free cure to be more healthy and not need cancer meds to begin with, that actually didn't contribute at all to GDP. Having stuff like clean air and a healthy environment doesn't contribute anything to GDP. And so I think the fundamental issue here is that our economic system does not value the commons. It doesn't value stuff like open source, because if it's common, then you can't rate limit it and you can't put a price in front of it. And that means it doesn't exist from an economic perspective. And so what I see as the true like potential for SourceCred is to create an economic framework in which something doesn't need to be transactional to be valued, in which you can go and say, hey, it may be that I could have used IPFS for free, but because we did use it and it was super important, we're going to flow cred to it, regardless of whether it has like a pricing power. And if you think about an economic system, like some of the most important things we want, healthy communities, a healthy environment, mental health, these are things that are really hard to have pricing power for. And that's why I think we need a different economic paradigm so that we can start really like investing in the commons that we all need to survive.